We're good.
That one. You're good where you're at. Are we? I don't need.
It's recording, would you?
Okay, yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
We don't necessarily need to see it. All right, we are called to order. Roll call, please.
President Dr. Schroeder,
Here.
Vice President Yeager. Here. Board Member Kabrick,
Here.
Board Member Fox.
Here.
Board Member Mack.
Reading of the mission vision. Mr. Cabley.
Our mission to challenge all students to achieve their full potential through engaging, responsive educational experiences that inspire innovation, critical thinking, and collaboration. Our vision is to develop learners who are competent, compassionate problem solvers.
Thank you. Approval of the agenda. Any changes needed? None. Here, any comments? No changes needed. We need a motion to approve.
Make a motion to approve the agenda.
Second. All in favor, signify by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed, same sign. Motion passes. Welcome to visitors. Any visitors needing to make public comment? There being none, we'll move on to the consent agenda. We have several items that were to have been previously reviewed.
I have one clarifying question on the September bills. It appears that we have Kerry Lane's rent listed twice. Is that just how they always do it, or? I don't know what matters. The total amount shows 1,000 here, but it shows two separate checks. Is that just the way we do business?
Amount?
It says 420 and 580. The total is 1,000.
Oh,
Not a big deal, but
We'll look into that.
okay.
We'll look into that.
And then I also had a clarifying question, and I don't think it's worth pulling it, but with the Avalon Center, how does this differ from the Heart and Solutions contract we did for the year?
So the Avalon Center, they have employees right now, whereas Heart and Solutions did not have anyone. They couldn't find anyone, so they haven't been able to come in yet.
Gotcha.
And so the counselors of Sandy Thompson, I believe it is, brought this to my attention, and thank you. And so she said that we had a great relationship with them in the past, and in this case, they're willing to come in for no charge to us, just want a space to work with our kids. Yeah, and then where kids they're seeing, they can then recoup some funds if they're already seeing them through the appropriate billing process, or if a new student wanted to see them, they could then recoup through insurance maybe, but.
Okay, because that was the way the contract was worded, or Sandy, I know you're here too, but because I had known that we were never able to fill the counseling position. And so then I didn't know if that was like substituting the counseling, but then there was no fund associated with the contract. So then, but it sounds like it's just, we're providing a space that they are already.
Yes. It's very similar to the Heart and Solutions.
Yeah.
They used to be in our district, in our building
The Avalon did.
for many, many years.
Yeah.
Yeah, many years.
And that stopped like relatively recent.
Yeah, a couple years ago with some different leadership, there was, I think some of them were still there, but yeah, so that we had a grant and we were paying them with grant, and then they were, of course, the insurance are billing, and so
Sure.
things got kind of like broke off real fast of the
Okay.
contract, and so and now it was, yeah, they're willing to come in and see their own clients and
Right.
take on new clients and not have to charge us anything like Heart and Solutions
Yeah.
would be doing.
Sure.
And they're willing to work together, both, agencies,
Sure.
there's not. We've had two agencies in here before, there's not a conflict of interest or anything like that, so it'd be
Because that was-
really similar to that, it would just be people that are in our town that are
Sure.
willing to
Yeah,
hop in and take on some
Yeah.
kids, so.
because that was my third question, like I mean, obviously it is what it is, because it's in the past, but I didn't know, I thought we used to have a relationship with them, and then it stopped, but it sounds like
Mhm.
some of that might have just been grant funding that ran out, and then,
Yeah, I think we had grant funding, if I remember correct, gosh, it's been so long ago. They were in our buildings for a really long time.
sure,
We started with grant funding, and then I think the grant funding ran out, but we just contracted with them and we paid them for their space and their time here for their services, basically, to provide in-school therapy services. And so then, things happened, there were conversations had, people above, people,
yeah,
old superintendents and.
Yeah.
And, managers, financial managers, and so they were like, yeah, we're not gonna pay you anymore, and so that was kind of they're like, yeah, we don't want you in here, so.
so it's not like this current one, we don't pay them, it's just.
No, we wouldn't, yeah, they're willing to just come in and just charge for their own insurance,
Sure.
just normally as they, like,
Yeah.
they'll charge whatever insurance or Medicaid or whatever they have, and like normal, they would just come in and see their kids that they have, take on new
Makes
clients, if they
sense.
have that capacity, which they said they would do
Okay.
that for us, so.
Perfect, that was, yeah,
Okay, thank you. Any other questions about these items? If not, then we just need a motion to approve.
I'll make a motion to approve the consent agenda action items as presented.
Second.
Motion made and seconded. All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, same sign. Motion passes. Committee reports, other than facilities, were there any committee reports?
That's fine.
We had a finance.
Finance, okay. Who's in finance? Josh, you want to make any comments about that?
We can, it was kind of a get to know Danielle a little better and touch base on where we're at, what we're looking at, things of that nature.
I gotta
Special ed
call
looks
the
like it's-
hospital. Hang on just a second.
Special ed looks like it's gonna be in a better situation than what we originally thought, rather than 1.3, we're looking at like 660,000.
Yeah.
You're like half, like half.
Between the numbers, not as Ryan put it, not exactly how you want to do it, but between a decrease in numbers and a change in coding and things of that nature, they're listed properly and found out it's not as bad as we originally anticipated. Same with the overall UAB, you went and talked to those folks.
Yeah, it's healthy, we've been healthy, it's been authorized balance.
We're in a better situation. We thought we still need to be
Yeah.
very fiscally responsible, but it's not doom and gloom.
Sure.
Do you have anything extra, Josh?
What do you think? What else?
That was-
I don't have anything, Bruce. That was good.
That was, finance, facilities. We did meet. We had an extensive agenda, actually. I left my notes at home.
It went quick, but
yeah.
it was
Yeah, it was
Very good.
We were there for maybe an hour or so. Yeah.
very similar to what we went over the other day with Jerry in our workshop. Touch base on projects they got done,
Yeah.
goals and plans. He had a couple staffing questions as far as whether or not they could take some part-time employees and bump them to a full-time status to help us with bus drivers if we needed.
Yeah.
Instead of 9-month employees, I should say. Was this what he was looking at?
That, I remember that was one of his concerns. What were his thoughts on transportation?
Yeah, he's working that out. I'll actually bring my notes next meeting and we can go over it more.
He's got a couple of drivers that are through the testing phase. They just have to go to the course to be able to drive. They're exploring options for potentially just activity drivers that will just drive their retired or people that work in town that want to drive on the side.
But they're still looking for drivers.
Oh, yeah.
We are,
Oh,
still,
yeah.
yes, always looking for drivers. They've been listening.
Right.
Gary is picking up the slack immensely,
Yeah.
being his salary, he can take on the extra time and he's done an amazing job.
Yeah.
Outside of that, he had plans for the Ansel hoods and things in the kitchen
Yeah.
that we had to update for fire code. All that'll be taken care of short order. And he kind of gave us a quick rundown of where we're at. Looking forward in the projects and how we want to proceed.
Mhm.
Gave an update on Modus
Yeah, so what was that consensus? Because there were some of those items that said like.
Yeah, there was several things. He was gonna email us, Jared's not here, but he was gonna email us the numbers, but we've got, I haven't talked to that.
He was just starting to get the
Yeah,
briefings
yeah.
back from the lady at Motus.
So we'll have more information. I think we'll bring it next time when we get.
I think we've spent roughly 5,000 so far with them,
Yeah.
but the detailed information he's getting back
Is
is very
tremendous.
promising.
very,
And
yeah,
they're actually going the extra step into looking into fitting our budget. We give us a timely budget as based on where we're sitting and if we want
Yeah,
to
how to
look at other
sequence.
options.
Right.
So that's still ongoing,
yes.
but actively ongoing.
Yep, as well as the repairs, he's updating them with the electrical schematics. So like when they replace the heat exchangers on the roof, they're updating at the same time in real time speed to know, okay, that's been handled, we need to move on to this. See where we can get our next concerns, go from there.
Thank you, Bruce. We can move to number 8, Administrative Director, Superintendent reports. Any Administrative Director reports?
Nope.
All right, then you are on.
Yeah, it was a great week of learning last week. I had a chance to go down and learn with the superintendent 1-day financial training. And so then I took all my spreadsheets and then the next day got to meet with my mentor, Darwin, who's at Forest City and Central Springs. And he's 17 years and had a lot of success working with districts. And so it was great to take those spreadsheets and then we plugged in some numbers and that's where I was able to see that we do have some healthier financial factors, which I'm really pleased about. Certainly all that enthusiasm has to look forward to the count. We need, good numbers for the count and I do expect that we might be a little lower than anticipated. So temper that enthusiasm with that reality. So then a lot of great activities going on this week. You can catch volleyball teams multiple nights this week. Tonight, there's some, I believe, middle school football and tomorrow maybe JV football and Friday football. And so lots of great activities going around for kids. And if you're interested in seeing any of those things or touring the school, we're definitely willing to take you around and show you the schools. So. Oh, convention. Yeah. We would like to release some of those rooms if board members have conflicts with the convention dates. So please let us know as soon as possible. Because we will go ahead and start to release those rooms next week if there's not an interest ending this year. How's that? So yes, it was November first week of November.
It's always been on the board update for us.
Yeah, it's that first week in November.
Thank you. Number 9, personnel report, 9A. There was a few appointments and some resignations. I think one of those was a move. So not a lot going on there. Is there any questions about what's going on there?
I'll make a motion to approve the personnel report as presented.
Need a second? Second. All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, same sign, motion passes. Appointment of board secretary, Miller will be resigning and we have recommended the board secretary be.
Yes.
Yes, thank you, Danielle. Thank you very much. Any questions, thoughts, comments?
Do we have to do or do we do it after the appointment? Or swearing in?
I guess we have to do it after we appoint her, right?
I'll make a motion to appoint Danielle Bonstetter as board secretary.
Second.
All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, same sign, motion passes. Shall we do this swearing in right now? Do you solemnly swear that you will support the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of the State of Iowa, and that you will faithfully and impartially, to the best of your ability, discharge the duties of the office of School Board Secretary in Charles City Community School District as not and hereafter required by law? Thank you. All right. Policy reviews, second reading for 6 policies that we had first reading on last board meeting.
I'll make a motion to approve the policy review second reading as presented.
Any questions? Is there a second?
A second.
All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, same sign? Motion passes. Board comments. Dr. Burnite and I went down to River Hills on Friday. Spent about 2.5 hours down there. Had a nice time. We got to see the facilities. The 3 students that Charles City has that go there every day. They are an amazing facility, I will have to say. They do a great job. The unfortunate part is the time spent by the students, children, to get there and then get back home is a lot. They have 87 students right now. They cover 31 districts.
Yep.
They go from Grinnell to West Fork. There's a student from West Fork that we drive there also, so we pick them up.
Right, they come to our border, we transport them along with our two.
With ours. But I would have to say that I was impressed. I'm glad that I saw it. And they certainly provide a needed service for the students that go there. It's just unfortunate to have to drive so far. So I can see that one of the things that they did talk about is there's only 87 students out of 31 districts, so it's not a big number. And they can have all of the equipment, and the equipment that they do use is quite amazing. It's not something that every district could have to service 1 or 2 students.
Sure.
So they do provide a service that is quite amazing.
It's like the comparison, we wish there was a Mayo Clinic in every city,
Well,
but there's just not.
There's not.
So that we try to offer what we can locally.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that, yeah, for those kids, I don't remember their ages, but they're youngerish. I don't remember, their scale.
Oh, we probably should.
Yeah.
Yeah, their ages are Spain, it's their, yeah, it's a great place.
Very good.
So, yeah.
Thank you for doing
I just have one comment after last week's work session. I want to really thank the administrators that were here and all of you for really good conversation. Again, I want to take this opportunity to put a soapbox on for any parent that's out there listening. The main thing we're hearing is behavior issues and tardiness and things of that nature. Please talk to your children. Tell them to respect the people that are educating them. They're here to do a job and to help their students get better. Please work with your kids on their behaviors, understanding what respect and things of that nature are. Other than that, thank you all.
Thank you. Any other board comments?
Make a motion to adjourn.
Second,
it. Second.
all in favor, aye?
Aye.
Any opposed? Adjourned. Thank you.
Could have made it to the Rotary picnic.
Yeah.
I didn't even tell.
I might get to go watch my daughter cheer.
You know,
7th grade football, if anybody wants to go.
JV football in there.
Oh, they're all JV?
Yeah, any kind of.
Oh, is it tomorrow? Thank you, Joe.